What if the real rich don't want to be seen anymore? What if visibility is actually a trap? And the highest form of status today is being completely unreachable. You were taught that success has to be seen, that if no one notices it, it doesn't count. So you show everything, your progress, your routines, your wins, because somewhere along the way, being seen became proof. Proof you're moving forward, that you're ahead, that you matter. Social media didn't just give you a platform, it gave you a scoreboard. Followers, views, likes, numbers that look like status, numbers that feel like validation. And without realizing it, you stopped building a life and started performing one. Moments aren't just lived anymore. They're framed, captured, presented, not to remember, but to be seen. Because the system rewards attention. The more you show, the more you're measured. And once you're measured, you start adjusting. Decisions shift. Identity bends. Your life slowly turns into something designed to be consumed. And that's where it flips. You think you're building status. You're just making yourself easier to read. Because the more visible you are, the easier it is to track you, to understand you, to predict you. Your habits, your patterns, your decisions, everything becomes signal. And once you become signal, you're no longer in control of how you're seen. You're processed. And what can be processed can be influenced. Punchline: the more visible you are, the more exposed you become. The people at the top don't play your game. They don't need attention. They don't chase visibility. And they definitely don't explain their lives. There's no constant posting, no public routine, no digital trail you can follow. Not because they have nothing to show, but because showing it creates risk. Their world isn't built for access. It's built for separation. Homes that don't appear in listings. Flights that don't show up on public trackers. Deals that never touch open platforms. You won't find them where everyone else is. No comment sections, no algorithm, no audience. Just closed rooms, private conversations, and decisions that happen far from public view. While others try to be known, they make sure they can't be reached. No random calls, no unexpected contact, no exposure they didn't choose. Because visibility attracts attention, and attention attracts variables. People, opinions, interference, they eliminate all three. Control at that level isn't loud, it's silent. It's the ability to move without being tracked, to act without being observed, to decide without being influenced. They don't build an image, they build distance. Because once you're out of reach, you're no longer part of the game. Punchline: they don't perform wealth, they protect it. Visibility doesn't just show who you are, it reveals how you behave. Every action leaves a pattern. What you watch, what you click, how long you stay, what you ignore, nothing disappears. It's collected, broken down, matched against millions of others, refined until it fits you. Until your behavior stops being random and becomes predictable. Not by choice, because you've been measured enough to be mapped. Once you can be mapped, you can be anticipated. Your reactions, your interests, your next move. No surprises left, no randomness. And that's where control begins. Control doesn't need pressure, it needs precision. The right message at the right time in the right form, placed exactly where your attention already is. And attention is never neutral. It's directed, filtered, optimized, not for you, but around you. So what you see isn't random. What you want wasn't entirely your idea. And what you choose has already been shaped. You think you're making decisions. You're navigating options that were selected for you. When you're visible, you're predictable. And when you're predictable, you're controllable. At the highest level, privacy isn't comfort, it's control, silence, by design. No one knows where you are, what you're doing, who you're meeting, not because it's hidden, because it's inaccessible. Your life isn't exposed, it's sealed. No open doors, no public access, no unwanted presence. Everything is filtered before it gets close. This isn't about money, this is different. This is about who gets in and who never even gets close. Because access is power, not what people see, but what they're kept away from. The ability to move without interruption, to act without observation, to exist without being reached. That's the level most people never even think about. Privacy isn't hiding, it's separation. You were told to build a life people can see, something visible, shareable, recognizable, a life that proves itself through attention. But the people at the top never needed to prove anything. They didn't build for visibility, they built for distance. No audience, no validation, no exposure. While you were learning how to be seen, they were making sure they couldn't be reached. And that changes everything. Because status at that level isn't about what people notice, it's about what they can't access. Not what's shown, what's withheld. Not what's visible, what's protected. So the real question isn't how much you can show, it's how much of your life is still out of reach. Final line, you were told to build a life people can see, but the people at the top built a life no one can touch. If this video made you think, if it showed you a world you always felt was real but no one ever dared to explain, then you're exactly where you need to be. Fake-off luxury isn't about admiration, it's about revelation. We uncover the systems the elite will never discuss and reveal what luxury really means behind the curtain. If you're ready to see more, subscribe, give it a like, turn on notifications, and stay with us. Because in this world, those who know the rules play a completely different game.